Com o equipamento acoplado a uma pipa, o fotógrafo Reinheimer aterrissou no Rio de Janeiro para incluir em seu portfólio as belezas naturais das praias de Ipanema e Copacabana, na Zona Sul. O americano de Nova York utiliza esta técnica há 8 anos e já percorreu o mundo para registrar os principais cartões postais do planeta.
The kite and the camera may be about 250 meters, 275 meters into the air. But generally I don't fly that high because I'm trying to reach that space between being on the ground and where an aircraft would fly to photograph from. I take a picture about every 5 seconds continuously the entire time the camera is flying. To choose the final image, I'll look at all of the photos on my computer on a big screen, and I'll use my artistic judgment. Almost ready. It's catching a little breeze now. I want to let out about 30 meters of line before I attach the camera. So I have the camera ready, and the camera connects to the kite line on 2 points. Yeah, I started flying kites also around 3 years old, around the time I started taking photographs. I started flying kites with my grandfather. The first time I ever lifted a camera with my kite was at Robert Moses State Park, which is a beach about 10 minutes from my house. And I chose that location because there's good wind there. And the pictures were terrible. They were all blurry pictures of, you know, just looking down at the sand, and mostly of me like looking up trying to figure out what was going on. Flying a kite is most of the fun of doing this, because who doesn't enjoy flying a kite? So it's great fun to do while you're working. I would love to visit Buzos, which is pretty close here to Rio. Also, Iguazu Falls, I think, would make for beautiful photographs. Well, I love Rio now. This is my first time to Brazil. Having a great time. The karaoke's have been very nice to me. So I'm really enjoying Rio, but besides Rio, France is one of my favorite places to photograph. Easter Island was a really great place to photograph as well. In Paris, and also in Mont Saint-Michel, which is out on the Normandy coast. I also photographed a place in the U.S. called Monument Valley, which is on the border of Utah and Arizona. I went to Australia for a month and photographed a lot of different places throughout the country there, and did a photograph of Whitehaven Beach on Whitsunday Island that is one of my new favorites. And maybe now Rio, I hope. The marvelous city is just so beautiful. It's a place I've always wanted to come visit. It's hard to take a bad picture of Rio because it's so interesting and beautiful, and the topography of the whole city is very unique, and I think it will make for an excellent kite aerial photograph.
And there's a special place that you came to shooting in Rio?
Well, the beaches of Ipanema and Copacabana are beautiful and iconic places, and this morning I was able to photograph on Apordor and photograph Ipanema Beach. I think that's going to be really beautiful.